So there is one query regarding the defense chapter. We have already covered it in the previous session, so I don't think there is any need for us to go back on that. Just refer to the previous lecture. We have covered it there. And there is a request for organizations and the reports that they actually give. There's a huge list, so it's of no use to mug everything, but we'll try to give at least few important ones from Economic Survey and India Yearbook which may be important for you, right? So let's take next chapter, that is labor, skill development and employment. So in this, please see national floor level minimum wage. That is, you have to have one fixed wage below which no state in India can give wage. That is, if central government says 150 rupees you should give for workers, below that states cannot give. How is this national floor level minimum wage calculated? It is calculated on the basis of consumer price index for industrial workers. So this statement can be a question. That is the only question that you can expect. Apart from this, there is no need to see any other topic, right? So then see page 637, recent reforms. Can you see? Recent reforms by the government for skill development and also labor reforms. So recent reforms, I told you there is no need for additional information. If you can read India Yearbook, it's fine. Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyaya Shramev Jayate Karyakram. Under this, we have 5 schemes. What are these 5 schemes? Shram Suvidha Portal. So this is important. So you have 5 schemes. So one question which UPSC may ask you is, which of the following schemes are part of Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyaya Shramev Jayate Karyakram? This you have to see. So in this first Shram Suvidha Portal, under this the government would allot labor identification number to nearly 6 lakh firms and allow them to file online compliance for 16 out of 44 labor laws. By simplifying the process through introduction of just a single online form, that is e-filing of annual returns by employees is being reduced here. Universal account number service, PF, if people keep changing companies, they should not suffer from loss of this. So there is some crores of money in government accounts where no one is claiming for these PF. So to solve this issue, government came up with universal account number. And there was one problem in India which was before 1990 it was license Raj. Post 1990 it became Inspector Raj, which was the main thing for corruption. So now it is being removed. Now the system only generates some random inspection. So the inspectors has to go only to these places which system says. They cannot go on their own. Then you have apprentice Protsahan Yojana. So to develop the skills of the people, government is saying that you take people as interns in industries, give them skills. So when anyone joins as interns, company needs to pay some money. Government has said that whatever company pays, 50% of that will be given by government. Revamped Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana. This is regarding the insurance scheme. So what are the 5 schemes which are part of Deen Dayal Upadhyaya Shramev Jayate Karyakram? It is these 5. So for mains point of view, it will be important. Prelims, if you can see once, it's enough. If at all question comes, you just need to look into it once. Then below this you have child labor. Do you see? From page 638 till 641. From page 638 to 641, that is still bonded labor. Please write it as mains essay. Child labor, India has got Nobel Peace Prize for education of these children. So UPSC may ask an essay based question at any point of time. Points to write is present here. You can use these points. Then please open page number 648. Page number 648. We are talking about Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana insurance scheme for BPL families of unit of 5 in unorganized sector. So the question, the statement can come. Consider the following regarding Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana. This is not separate today, and we know that it is part of Deen Dayal Upadhyaya scheme, but UPSC may ask you about this, so please be careful. In this, what you need to know, the scheme provides for smart card based cashless insurance cover of rupees 30,000 per annum per family to the beneficiary, and the premium will be paid in the ratio of 75:25 in all the states. In case of Northeast India and Jammu and Kashmir, it is 90:10. So this is important. And see the benefits under the scheme. Even this can be asked in prelims. So just some factual information. Then take page number 654. Yep. Can you see initiatives? Upgradation of 500 existing ITIs into centers of excellence. So what are the initiatives taken by Indian government to develop the skills of the people? This is these initiatives, right? So again, mark it as mains. Either you get it in third paper economy, or you may get it in an essay when it is talking about how to maximum utilize the demographic dividend of the country and what measures government of India has taken. Then you have to write about it. Then establishment of ITI in northeastern states, Sikkim and in Jammu and Kashmir. Then skill development, as we know, this is important. So India has a low record of 5% of workforce. So you can say, as India Yearbook clearly says, that skill development in India is very low, and we have as low as 5% of workforce with formal vocational skills. So you can use this language to say that it is important for us to improve the skills. So then see, based on the mandate, what are the points that you need to focus? All these are from mains point of view, just some points for you to write in answer. Right? Apart from this, let's see page 656, National Skill Development Mission. Here what is important, they may ask you the date because it actually coincides with World Youth Skills Day. So we went outside and started saying what all we need to do. So for that, in the first paragraph under this, you have 7 submissions have been proposed initially to act as building blocks for achieving overall objectives of the mission. What are these? These are these 7. I'm sorry. Then you have page 657, Udan. You have 2 Udan projects. One was for girl children for IITs. Another one is for Jammu and Kashmir. So the private sectors, if they want to come and take people from or youth from Jammu and Kashmir, then it has to be through this program. So this program is mainly aimed to develop a partnership between the corporates of India and the government to pick good skilled labor from Jammu and Kashmir and also to improve their skills. I'm sorry. Next chapter. This chapter doesn't have any important information at all. Media wing, mass communication. Till now, there is no question which has come on this. And even the information, when you see, you realize that if you want to read, you realize that the factual data that is given is completely not required from UPSC point of view. So there is no need to go through this. Let's take another chapter. That is planning. Page 695. Yep. Page 695, planning. So we all know that Planning Commission is replaced by Niti Aayog today, so it's important for us to read it carefully. So planning in India derives its objectives and social premises from the directive principles of state policy enshrined in the constitution. So if there is a question about it, you should know that planning in India was on the basis of which of the following: fundamental rights, DPSP and all. So it was basically because of DPSP. Niti Aayog question has come already, but last year question was very simple. So let's see. Niti Aayog, as you know, has replaced the existing planning commission. So what is Niti Aayog? National Institution for Transforming India. So in this, what all topics are that you need to see? What is the foundation of this? An empowered role of states as equal partners in national development. That is, you will give equal status to states also in planning. Earlier, what used to happen in the planning commission? Planning commission used to take all the decision about how we should go about it, which is actually under the control of the central government. Then it used to be given to NDC. NDC used to tell whether it is right or not. Usually what happens, majority of the states agree for it. But NDC is not present at the planning level. Planning is done by someone, only approval is done by them. So in Niti Aayog, the main ambition is to ensure that the state should be involved at the planning level itself. So for that, they wanted to go for this. What are the objectives of Niti Aayog? So this is mains oriented question. Simple. You can go through it carefully. What are the objectives of Niti Aayog? Can be a question. Composition of Niti Aayog is crucial. Definitely you may get a question on this. And it's confusing because you won't be knowing whether chief ministers of Delhi and Puducherry are part of Niti Aayog or not. So all these details. Composition is prelims based. Lakshmikant has not updated it yet. So it's important for you to read the composition from this. And it's in simple language, so I don't want to get into detail of all these. These are factual information. 698, please see. Can you see Governing Council of Niti Aayog first meeting? 3 groups are set up. Subgroup on rationalization of centrally sponsored scheme to examine the current CSS and recommend their suitable rationalization. There are some centrally sponsored schemes which the state governments has to follow. These are your Narega, Swach Bharat Abhiyan and all. Those state governments want to implement it, but these are considered as driven basically by the central government. Now, Swachh Bharat is associated with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, even though when states are also involved in doing it. So this is the reason when you have to give funds for the state governments from the finance commission, that is finance commission says this much money should go to states, planning commission says how much money should be given for which plan. Usually the central government says for the centrally sponsored schemes how much money should flow. So this is one thing which has actually taken away the power of the state governments. Central government is giving money, but finally it is with the hands of the central government to decide on where they have to spend the money. Now, if I say I'll give you 1000 crores, but you have to use this money for Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, then what is the use of giving this money? Financial autonomy is lost. So to minimize the impact, they have come up with a procedure where they have identified core schemes, core of the core schemes, and optional schemes. So this we need to go in detail. The report has come recently. It is not present in any websites. Information that we have got is only from newspapers that this is the plan. So if plan is there, UPSC will not ask you questions. So I'll come back on this. I'll give you notes on this specific topic. Please make a note and remind us if we don't give mainly on this specific topic, because definitely you will get a question on these rationalization of centrally sponsored schemes. But as of now, it is not available in any website. So once we get, we will be giving it to you immediately. Right? Then open page number 701. Open page number 701. Investment in infrastructure, strengthening PPP policy framework. 701, investment in infrastructure. In this second paragraph, 6th line, can you see? World Economic Forum Global Competitiveness Report. So UPSC may ask you, Global Competitiveness Report is given by whom? So if they give United Nations, IMF, World Bank, most of them will go for IMF and World Bank and not for World Economic Forum. So please be careful on this. And after this, see page number 709, where we are talking about the 12th plan. 12th plan question will not come, don't worry, but I just wanted you to show one question. 12th 5-year plan, the broad vision and aspirations which the 12th plan seeks to fulfill are reflected in the subtitle, Faster, Sustainable and More Inclusive Growth. If you see 2014 question, one question of UPSC was, what is the broader objective of 12th 5-year plan? And it gave the statement, faster, sustainable and more inclusive growth, faster and more inclusive growth. So these statements were given. So all these are basically from India Yearbook. That is the reason why we say that just go through these carefully once. There are some initiatives that are actually given here. No need to see this because we have seen these initiatives in different chapters already. But see page 714. Rural development, Swachh Bharat mission, all this you will be seeing in the specific chapters. They have just mentioned the recent schemes, that's it. Can you see rural development? Yep. Just see first paragraph. So what are the national social assistance programs that they are undertaking? Then see page 715, Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana. So what is the objective of Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana? It should be a nucleus of health, cleanliness, greenery and cordiality. I hope you are aware of Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana. Every MP has to select one village, and that village should not be his own village, or it should not be village of his spouse. I'll show you that. So what is the objective? He should actually take a village and develop it. So every year he has to take one village and develop it, so that over a period of time you would have made some role models. You should make one village as a model village, right? So in this, the member of parliament would be free to identify any village for the scheme, but the exception is it should not be his own, or it should not be of his or her spouse. So you should be actually taking it under your district, but it should not be your village. So that exception people will not be knowing, so just try to know. Then you have urban mission, which we will be seeing in rural and urban development chapter, right? So urban mission, Sham Prasad Mukherjee urban mission, and you have Swachh Bharat mission Grameen. What is it? Swachh Bharat mission Grameen. So here the main objective is to ensure, what is the main goal? Main goal is to eradicate the practice of open defecation and ensuring clean environment, right? So the main ambition of Swachh Bharat mission Grameen is to reduce open defecation. I'll give you the factual information, that is how much they need, they are planning to remove, right? That is now it is 5%, they want to triple it. That is the number of toilets that are present, and they want to start it from schools. All these information are actually present in next chapter. We'll be seeing it. So apart from that, the planning chapter is done. Let's move to next chapter. In the last chapter for the day, rural and urban development. Rural and urban development. Open page number 722. Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. Right, what is it? The government, in a bid to give better rural connectivity, launched the Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana as a centrally sponsored scheme to assist the states. This date may be important. Through rural roads are in the state list as per the constitution. That is, though rural roads are in state list, this can be a question. Rural roads are part of which list? So you should be careful. People, when they listen to the schemes like Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, they may think that it is under concurrent list. So that is the fear why I want you to see this once. See page 724. You have National Assistance Program, right? So the National Assistance Social Assistance Program comprises of almost 3 schemes, right? And these schemes are Indira Gandhi National Old Age Pension Scheme, Indira Gandhi National Widow Pension Scheme, Indira Gandhi National Disability Pension Scheme, and the other two are National Family Benefit Scheme and Annapurna Scheme. No need to go in detail about these schemes because these were actually formed by previous government. So you need not look into this in detail. But if they ask you which of the following schemes are part of National Social Assistance Program, you should be capable of saying. So many people have some doubts regarding why should we give freebies to the people. So does it have constitutional backing? Government, whenever it does anything, it tries to tell you why it is important. So can you see National Assistance Program in page 723, the first line, last paragraph, first line, Article 41 of the Constitution of India directs the states to provide public assistance to its citizens in case of unemployment, old age, sickness and disability, and also in other cases within the limit of its economic capacity and development. So this is important, right? Then see Deen Dayal Upadhyaya Grameen Kaushalya Yojana. So this is for mains when you're talking about the skill development. But for me, what is important is the guiding principles. When you are writing about it, please read it once, not important from prelims. But there are two important schemes which are associated with it. One is Himayat. Can you see? This is actually in page 725. From below, third paragraph, regional inclusion of candidates. In that second line is Himayat. This is actually aimed at Jammu and Kashmir, and the other one is Roshni, which is actually aimed at left-wing extremism affected areas. So these two are important. Transparency and accountability has to be improved through what? So in ethics, when they are actually talking about how to improve transparency, then you have to write these points. It will be beneficial for you. Write it as mains ethics. I told you Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana. When it was launched is important. October 11, 2014, the birth anniversary of Lokanayak Jaiprakash Narayan. So 2014 was crucial. So that was the reason why you got question on JP movement differently in prelims 2015 as well. Salient features of the scheme. You have three schemes, you have some salient features of the scheme. It aims to develop 3 Adarsh Grams chosen by MPs by March 2019. Every year you have to develop one, of which one would be achieved by 2016. Thereafter, you should go for, after 2019, you should look for 5 such Adarsh Grams will be selected and it will be developed by 2024. And the focus should be on Jan Bhagidar rather than the government involving. Member of Parliament should lead this, and it is not an infrastructure centered scheme. Can you see this? They may give you, consider the following regarding Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana, and the salient features when they are giving, they may say that it is an infrastructure centered scheme. They may remove this not. At that point of time, you people may think that, okay, not as like, maybe this is a infrastructure centered scheme. So you will not be having clarity on that. So please underline this word, not an infrastructure centered scheme. And you are focusing on holistic development of the village, right? So this entire program is important for you. Then see page 728, important from mains point of view, read once. From prelims, what I have marked is enough. 728 Watershed Program. Sir, is it important? This is not launched today. It is one of the oldest programs of Government of India. But still, the relevance of this is more this year because we have seen drought in most of the areas. So how do you ensure that the water is being saved or stored more? So this is what you need to see, right? And then see page 730, where you are talking about district panchayat. When we are talking about district panchayat, Narega guidelines. So from there till 11th point, you have to see this. Please see once. This is important. Okay. And Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation. See the last 5 lines of that paragraph. The Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation is the nodal ministry for the overall policy, planning, funding and coordination of the flagship programs. Which are they? National Rural Drinking Water Program for rural drinking water and Swach Bharat Mission Grameen for sanitation. So Swach Bharat Mission Grameen comes under what? It is actually under Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation. Then see page number 732. See page number 732, you have Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. So all of you know about Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. So you see second paragraph I told you. The Abhiyan aims to triple the growth percentage of toilets from present 3% to 10% by 2019. So Swachh Bharat Abhiyan does not aim to eliminate open defecation throughout, but it is aiming to increase the percentage of toilets. Open defecation, it can happen when you have community toilets also in place. So this is one thing that they are planning to do. So my request to you regarding this is, please see Swachh Bharat Abhiyan completely once. From mains point of view and also from essay point of view, this is important. Then you have information education campaign. See second paragraph. This is important to change the attitude of the people. In ethics, you have a topic called attitude. In that, you can use these points to change the attitude of the people towards sanitation or open defecation. Next, let's take urban development. See page 736. JNNU, RM and all is not required. See page 737. In that, can you see the objectives of the scheme are? Mega cities. So this is important. What is the objective? Develop urban infrastructure facilities such as drinking water, sewerage and solid waste management, to implement reforms such as e-governance, property tax, double entry accounting, creation of barrier-free environment, strengthening implementation of reforms such as levy of reasonable charges. Not so important, but if asked in UPSC for mains, you should know some points on what are the things that you need to do for smart cities. So next you have smart cities mission, right? Where you have to focus on this. It is in page 738, first paragraph. See, the core infrastructure elements in a smart city would include adequate water supply, assured electricity supply, sanitation including solid waste management, efficient urban mobility and public transport, affordable housing especially for the poor. So when we are talking about affordable housing, you're talking about housing for all also comes under this. So robust IT connectivity and digitalization, good governance, especially e-governance and citizen partner participation, sustainable environment, safety and security of citizens, particularly women, children and elderly, health and education. All these points are required, right? The last page, 739. Can you see urban transport? In urban transport, second paragraph, second line. A national urban transport policy has been formulated by central government. The focus of the policy is to move people, not vehicles. This term was given in 2014 mains exam where UPSC asked you, the government has made an urban transport policy of not to move vehicles but to move people. This was used, move people not vehicles. So how should it go about and what are the things? You need not read it now because it's an old one, but I'm saying, see, this was the place where UPSC picked it. So whenever I say read it for mains, just try to read around it so that you have a fair idea of what UPSC is actually talking about. So guys, we are done with 24 chapters. Then I have from scientific and technological development, where I need to spend more time to give you some information, and science and tech recent developments will be covered in your current affairs section. But from India Yearbook point of view, I'll tell you few policies from where questions can come. We have 6 more chapters because after that the information is about the states. I'll be telling few informations that you need to remember about states, but apart from that the rest is easy. So the next India Yearbook session will be focusing on the remaining chapters, and as I have promised you, I'll be taking the old India Yearbook. I'll tell you few paragraphs which were important and which you had to focus, but chances of you getting questions from old India Yearbook, that is from 2015 India Yearbook, is very less, but still as UPSC may ask you, I'll just give some information because most of it is covered and it is covered in an updated fashion. So this is the reason why I keep telling you this year it is India Yearbooks. So just try to ensure that you read it carefully once. I have not yet given you any test on India Yearbook. Next week, before we start a session, 8 to 8:15 will be the time for you to take test, because I want you to come prepared and take. When you take test, you understand where you stand, and as it will be the last session of India Yearbook, I'll also understand what are the other things that we have to see so that students answer properly. So if there is any queries, please let me know now. I know you will be requiring some notes. Notes of India Yearbook means I have to just compile those lines that I have underlined, but it is waste of time. I want you to read from India Yearbook itself. Uh, Further, if you need any information, one good thing was regarding the reports. Like that, if you need anything, just let me know, any factual data that I can provide you. And if you need something detailed explanations, then as usual you can contact us on that specific topic. There are some guys who are not so comfortable with basics like polity, economy and all. For you guys, just try to ensure that you read the basics. Still, if you are unable to understand that particular concept, even if you have read the basics, then please let us know. We'll spend some time on it. So um, 10 minutes we can spend on discussion of queries that you have. Yes guys, so I have got two interesting questions. One is difference between MP lads and Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana. See, Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana is a new scheme where you will be adapting one village and you need to develop that village as a model village. Okay. But when we are talking about MP Lats is a broader one where MP is free to spend it in his constituency. And there I have also told you where Rajya Sabha MPs will be spending and all. So the difference is that Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana, from the MP LAT funds that they get, a part of it if they can use for Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana, it's enough. There is no need for them to use the entire fund. The only goal is to ensure that you bring the community together to make a model village. By looking at this model village, others will develop. MP LATS is a broader one. Government has told that if there are railway stations, they have requested that MPs have to spend from their MP LAT funds to have to clean the railway stations and all. So all the MPs in parliament, they were fighting that you cannot, central government cannot say where the money has to be spent in MP LATs. So there is huge difference between these two. This Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana is just a responsibility of that, and that is not part of MP LATs. So they can use the money from MP LATs for this. Then there is an interesting question. So please summarize the do's and don'ts of reading India Yearbook at the end. So see, we have covered 24 chapters till now. I have helped you to mark those lines from where questions can come. Wherever extra information is required, that also I have given. Now what you should do, please don't read the entire book again. Just try to read those lines which I have told you to mark. We are taking almost around 3 hours every week to cover. So maybe 12 hours we have taken to mark. But tell me guys, if you are revising these underlined one, it will not take more than 6 hours, or you may take 9 hours or 10 hours at max, even if we consider 12 hours. So my request to you is give 4 days, 3 hours each, and try to revise this again and again. So why I want you to read, the simple point is the language which UPSC gives you will be similar to the language present in the India Yearbook. So when you revise the same language again and again, if UPSC makes any mistake, if it adds not, if it removes not, then you will be capable of identifying it. That is the only thing that you need to do. So every month give 3 days and cover or revise India Yearbook once. Before exam, the last day, I have marked prelims, mains, separate prelims. Read only those pages in which you have marked as prelims. There is a request to cover socioeconomic caste census to be covered. So definitely we have already made a video on this in YouTube. But if you need it again, we will be including it as a part of our current affairs topic. So that is the request we keep saying, that please mail us with the list of topics that you expect us to cover, so that even if we have missed anything and if you need clarification, we can come out with that particular lecture. Has Afghan Parliament been given a name? I don't think there is any name given to Afghan Parliament, and I'm extremely sorry. I'll just verify it and let you know, because as per my knowledge, there is no such name, but if there is anything from Afghanistan side, that I need to see once. So there's a question, can you send a list of Byju's videos that we need to watch? There are some videos which are old and there are some which are done recently. So definitely we will be covering those topics because we usually take those issues which were in news, the recent ones which we uploaded. So that gives us an extra edge to say whenever we take current affairs sessions that please refer to that particular video. Why we say that is in YouTube the lectures are almost for half an hour where we have dealt the significant topics for more time. So whatever question comes on that particular topic is covered there. Definitely in our further lectures also we'll be informing you which topics you have to see, but if you don't find, you can actually mail us, and if you don't want to go and see, if you want to ask us, so these topics if you cover it's good in webinar, we'll be doing that as well. 14 Finance Commission recommendations are already discussed, and again you will see that in India Yearbook. 14 Finance Commission specific session is there on YouTube. Just type 14 Finance Commission. Because 14 Finance Commission, if I have to deal separately, I need at least 45 minutes to 1 hour. And this is not last year's, this is last to last year's, but in economic survey, there are some significant points from 14 Finance Commission. If you read those points, it's enough. Seventh pay commission you need not see because it's just related to the numbers that you need to increase. So finance commission report is important mainly because there are some changes with respect to 13th and 14th. Seventh pay commission just looks at how much burden usually the central government has to face because of increase in salaries. So that is that detail of seventh pay commission will be more numbers rather than questions which may come. At max you may get who is heading seventh pay commission. So apart from that, nothing more. Yeah, what will be the test portions for the next week class till 24th chapter, whatever we have covered. From these points only I'll be taking. I have told you what type of questions can come and what mistakes can happen. So just be clear so that when you look at these questions, you feel happy that, okay, you have read it. And people who have not read, they can revise and come. Union budget is important, and we will be having a session on union budget along with economic survey because there are some new schemes that have come up. So it's important. There are few students who have missed a few lectures. So for them, we are giving an ID and password where you can visit the site to get these lectures, and we're extremely sorry that the previous two lectures we could not upload mainly because of some technical issues. Now it got delayed, but now it's there. You can watch it. If there is any technical issue, please call back immediately so that we can rectify it. Mainly technical issue doesn't come from our side. When you give your ID password differently or if you change it, it may not open or it that is the only thing. So if you have any issues, you let us know. We have a technical team who will help you to get that. Right? So guys, I hope your preparation in other areas, that is the static portions of history, polity, economy and geography are going well. Please try to read environment and ecology, art and culture, all these current affairs. If you can see these, we are already covering most of it. Still will give you some questions, objective type, which you can look into, but focus on the static portions also. Don't just focus on current affairs, right? So thank you. Thanks for watching. Any queries which are interesting will be letting you know through mails. Thank you.